Hi guys, so today we're looking at a social exchange between a rat and their human. It's clean out day and the rat has come back into the cage to help with the remodelling. Today I'm going to show you the video clip first once I've asked you a few questions. These are things that I'd like you to think about while you're watching. From what you see, do you think this was a playful exchange? Who was initiating? Did this change at all? How did you feel watching the clip? And what does the cage cleaning scenario mean to the rat? Now that's quite a lot to hold in your head, but even if you want to just take one of those questions that sounded interesting to you, and then try and answer them yourself as you're watching the clip. After that, I'll tell you what I can see, and then we'll watch the clip again. I have converted this clip into slow motion, so hopefully you'll be able to spot things a little bit more easily. So now I'll run through the questions that I asked and just tell you my answers from watching the video clip. From what you saw, did you think that this was a playful exchange? I didn't think it was a playful exchange, but this was actually the question that the person who submitted the video on Ratwise was asking the group. Who was initiating? Entirely throughout the video, the human is initiating the contact with the rat. Did this change at all? No, I don't think it did. How did you feel watching the clip? I felt that the rat's frustration with the human continually trying to play with her. What does the cage cleaning scenario mean to the rat? It means that the rat's likely to be quite anxious. Rats don't like change. Rats like their own smell and they feel secure in the surroundings that they're used to being in. Cage cleaning brings change, and a full cage clean out like this one where all of the furniture is removed is particularly stressful to the rat. This could be classed as a minor to moderate disturbance event. Because of that, we have to consider that the rat is already feeling anxious. There is one point in the video where this physically becomes obvious. Now we'll watch the video again and I will voice over as it's actually happening. So we start off with the human straightening the bedding in the cage that she's just cleaned. And the rat that's here is interested particularly in this corner. That might have some relevance to her. And she starts off by this behaviour of the pushing of bedding outwards. I call this walling. Did you see the little shake off she just did? That'll be the first of several, which is a stress release response. And then she sees off the hand quite forcefully. The human scritches her and she turns around again, trying to subdue the hand, and she does that. There's a little freeze at the end where she's pinned the hand down. And then she goes back, a little shake off, and then she goes back to her walling. And then we have a period when the human is trying to engage her in play. Another shake off at the end of that. And then she does a little freeze. Now watch her breathing. Above her left ear you can see her flank there. Very, very heavy breathing. And she carries on creating her wall. There's another little shake off just towards the end here. Yep, there it was. So there's 4 just in this short clip. So just a word about walling to wind up. It's a behaviour that you sometimes see in cages and you sometimes see when rats are in show tanks at shows. So it's a pushing of the bedding in one direction to create a barrier. And it doesn't seem to be an activity that is associated with digging. It seems to be a protective thing. So the rat is, generally speaking, trying to create a barrier between themselves and often the outside world. But in this case, it seems to be a barrier to protect her space, her corner. Her part of the cage feels like is being deconstructed, her home. Rats are sometimes so angsty around cage cleaning that it is quite disturbing for them to be involved in it. So I think the best thing for this rat in this situation would be to not be present while this is happening, because we could see from the physical response, and when I said her left ear, I meant the ear that's on her left as we were looking at her, so that's actually her right ear. But you could see clearly behind it, and if you go back and check the video, you'll see clearly behind the ear on the left, there is her flank sort of heaving in and out, abdominal breathing, which is basically just a good sign of stress. When we say the respiratory rate increases, that's what we mean. The interesting thing about this video is that it is a video that could very, very easily be misinterpreted as play. That the rat's having fun with the bedding and playing with the human. But we have to kind of look at the context and the whole picture. And there are obviously indicators of stress with the shake-offs throughout. So, yep, that's it for today. And I hope that that has made some sense to you. And if you want to continue discussions on the Nature or Nurture at Ratwise Facebook group, that would be great. See you over there. Bye.